Let's take a look at number 5. It says Sheila mixed 3 ounces of blue paint with 2 ounces of yellow paint. She decided to create 20 ounces of the same mixture. How many ounces of yellow paint does Sheila need for the new mixture? So it's important to understand what two things you are comparing, what two quantities, what two components. Again, we're dealing with ratio, so it's always going to involve two units. So here we notice that she's mixing 2 colors. She's mixing blue paint with yellow paint. However, it says that she decided to create 20 ounces of the same mixture, right? Mixture. So this mixture represents the blue and yellow paint mixed together. And the question asks, how many ounces of yellow paint does Sheila need for the new mixture? Okay, so we're not comparing yellow to blue paint. We are comparing yellow to the mixture. Okay, and again, there are a few things that allow us to understand that. How many ounces of yellow paint? Okay, so we know for certain we're going to be dealing with yellow. And then I don't like that color because it's so bright. So let's just write it here. Yellow paint, and we're comparing it to the entire mixture. So the first thing we have to do is use what's given. So it says that she mixed 3 ounces of blue paint with 2 ounces of yellow paint. So 2 will represent the yellow paint. And again, the total mixture will be the blue paint and the yellow paint. So that's going to be 2 plus 3, right? And that's going to equal 2/5. So we know it's given that 2 out of 5 ounces will be yellow. And she used a total of 5 ounces. Now they want us to find how many ounces of yellow paint does she need if she's going to create a new mixture that's 20 ounces. So we're going to keep the yellow, the number that represents the yellow, in our numerator, and the number that represents the total mixture in our denominator. Here, 2 represents yellow, 5 represents the total, and we're trying to determine what would the yellow, how many ounces of yellow we'll use if we have a total mixture of 20. So we set up a proportion. 2 divided by 5 is equal to H divided by 20. Again, the values that represent the yellow ounces are in the numerator, and the values that represent the total ounces are in the denominator. So we're just going to cross multiply. And when we do, we find that 40 is equal to 5H. So now we need to solve for our value H by dividing by 5. When we do that, we find that 8 is equal to H. So 2 out of 5 ounces will represent yellow, in the same way that 8 out of 20 ounces will represent yellow. Again, when we're dealing with proportions, the definition of a proportion is having 2 ratios equal each other. So these 2 fractions, 2/5 and 8/20, should represent the same value, which they do. If we were to simplify 8 over 20 by dividing each of them by 4, we will find that 8 divided by 4 is 2, 20 divided by 4 is 5. So 2/5 is equal to 8/20, or 2/5. Another way you can do this is just by dividing. When you divide,